What's happening, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Matt Outdoors. I'm Matt, and we got John back here with me.
Hello.
We are attempting a redemption hike, I guess you could say, back here at Dolly Sods, West Virginia. So if you see my one episode the last time I was here, it turned out to be an epic fail. But this time, I'm ready. I got backup with me, and I didn't forget my shoes. So we're already starting on the right path. But couldn't ask for a better day out here. It is absolutely beautiful. It's July 3rd, tomorrow's 4th of July. And we're planning on doing 3 days, 2 nights. Nothing real crazy, but we're gonna take our time. Probably do 10 miles today, probably do 10 miles tomorrow, and then finish out the hike Friday morning and go from there. So, but look at this. It's just beautiful. You could not ask for better weather. Trail out here. We're starting on the north loop this time around. And yeah, it's a nice wide trail, but man, it's pretty rocky. So you just got to be careful in spots. But so far, I couldn't ask for anything better. And we are literally surrounded by blueberries. So I can't help myself from stopping and grabbing a couple to eat here and there because they're absolutely delicious. Take a look at them. Man, it's windy. Hopefully this audio ain't crap, but boy, the Dolly Sods does not disappoint. Found a nice little camp spot. Somebody made a shelter with the rocks and everything, but man, look at this view. We've been on this ridge line for a little while now, so, but yeah, we're about 4 miles in, and yeah, still moving forward. we just a little over 5 miles right now, halfway for today, hopefully. But right behind me is Rocky Knob. It's on the map. I don't know, I think you can go up there and get it, but we're not going to. It's already 3:23 in the afternoon. We'd like to get at least 5 more miles in, but man, I'll tell you what, it's been rough. It's been rough going this whole area. Just bouldering and rocks. It's just roots and rocks. That's what the trail's been. But yeah, and the whole ridgeline, it's been a ridgeline pretty much the whole way. No water yet, and hoping we can refill our water soon, but I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think we're going to get the water till tomorrow, because any water that we're finding is just stagnant, nasty puddles, and I really don't feel like clogging up my filter on them. So, all right, catch up with you soon. All right, so we finally made it to where we're gonna have camp tonight. A little bit of a gear explosion going on, but yeah, we're about, oh, look, I don't know if you can see it or not, there's a deer right there.
There's one behind it, but you can't see it.
It's kind of crazy. His deer are like not scared. We came up to one on the trail, and we got what, 15 feet away from it before it decided it was going to run away.
Yeah.
They're not scared of us at all. It's kind of crazy. Where we come from in Ohio, you can't get that close to deer at all because they're hunted so heavily and pressured so heavily. And it don't happen too often. But so I'm thinking we're going to put our site, our campsite, right. I think I'm going to set up right there, and I think John's either going to set up right there or right up there. But I think this is what we're going to do. So, how about that? All right, so I'm using Z-Pack Duplex Zip. John is using a special tent to my heart. This is the One Tigress Backwoods Bungalow 2.0. We don't have porch mode set up, but this is a tent that I helped co-design with One Tigress. But it's a 1.5 person, various ways, trekking pole tent, so nylon. It's a pretty decent tent. But for those of you that don't know, I had another YouTube channel, and with One Tigress, I came up with a couple different things that I collaborated with them and actually designed and have made. And yeah, the Backwoods Bungalow was one of them. And yeah, it's kind of nice. It's got vents on the back and everything. Yeah, I think we'll be all right. I know one thing. Me and John both got a lot of sun today. I am a little red myself, and on my arms, my neck. We were out in the open a lot. That north side, coming around the northwest side of Dolly Sods full loop, you're pretty much on the ridge the whole way through, and you're out in the sun a lot. We probably should have put sunscreen on, or our sun shirts, but it was pretty tough going. That what was the name of that trail? Stone?
Big Stone.
It was Big Stone, and what was the other one?
Some to be.
Big Stone, and then there was another one with a stone word. They ain't kidding about stone. That was really rough. We were pretty much bouldering on the one part of it, which you've seen in the video. All right, so dinner's done. John's packed away for his night. We got our bear bags hung. I'm in my tent, John's in his. And yeah, that was a wrap. I had a Mountain House creamy macaroni and cheese. And John, what'd you have?
Peak chicken Alfredo.
A peak chicken Alfredo. They were scrumptious, really good. But yeah, that's pretty much it for night one. We tomorrow, like I said, we want to do 10 miles. We only got about 8.5. So tomorrow we'll do a little extra because I'd really like to get back to the place that I camped the last time I was here, the first time I was here. I really like that camping spot, and I really like trying to experience that there. It was a pretty cool camping spot. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So we're calling it quits, and I'll catch you in the morning. Good morning. This is day 2, and as you can see, we already have camp all broken down, packed up, got our breakfast in. We're just tying up the loose ends. We gotta filter our water, fill up for today, and then we're gonna be hitting the trail. Got a big day today. Well, I'm guessing we got, I don't know, we got about 11 or 12 miles, I'm guessing, to do today. Should be all right for the most part. We got a pretty big climb today, I do believe, coming up the back side of, I can't remember what mountain, but I'll put it on the bottom of the screen. But yeah, we did all right, slept pretty good. John had a visitor last night. Well, I'm not sure what it was, but he said something came in and sniffed his head through the tent, pushed on it. So I'm guessing it's a deer. The deer out here are next level. They are not scared of anything. It did rain a little bit last night, early this morning. That's why I didn't really bother filming and everything. But yeah, so far, I don't know, weather. We could have some thunderstorms today, so there's a good chance might be hiking in the rain. So we're gearing up and buttoning up for that. And yeah, that's about it. So we're gonna get our water filtered and hit the trail. So catch you up on the trail. All right, so we're about 10.76 in. We're on the west side of Breath Mountain. Trail so far, it's been so-so. I mean, it's this part of it is a little rocky in spots. It's a little up and down, a lot of big steps. But for the most part, I remember this part. From here on out, I was on this for my first failed attempt here at Dolly Sods. So from here on, I know this part. And I also know on the backside of Breath Mountain, it is terrible with the rocks. So it gets pretty not smooth, I guess you could say, and a little slowed down. But for the most part, we're making pretty good ground, actually. We're flying through. I don't want to jinx us, but I think we'll make to where we want to camp a lot earlier today than what we were expecting. So I'm really hoping. And if we make in good enough time, I think we're going to slip up to the top of Breath Mountain. We'll drop the packs and take the trails up there and try and get some awesome shots. All right, so we are down around the south part and coming up on the east side of Breath Mountain. As far as the full loop goes, we are on the east side now, headed back up. And warning to anybody attempting to do the full loop or even the southern loop. I've probably complained about this in the past in my first video here. I'm going to complain about it again. This section sucks. I'm just warning everybody, it's nothing but this stuff the whole way. I mean, we've been dealing with this from the whole curve of the southern section. It just keeps going on and on and on and on. These are ankle twisters, pole snappers. It's relentless. It is relentless. Well, it's about 1:30 in the afternoon and it's pouring, so we're moving on. We're probably about a mile and a half from our second camp, and part of backpacking, right? Down here, and then I'll have to keep looking down for the campsite. I can't pull my phone out.
Does he have a dam?
Alright, so it's a little later in the evening. We've been here for a little while. We made it to Camp 2. But this is one of my favorite areas down here. We got camp set up. We had to set up in different spots. Usually I'd like to set up in there, but we got caught in a downpour on the way in, and it's been raining off and on this whole time. And yeah, it was just pretty much scramble, try and get the tents up, try and get somewhere dry, you know. But yeah, if you've watched my first time down here at Dolly Sods video, you know I had some issues. One of those big issues was my shoes. And yet again, we have another issue with shoes. So I decided, in true spirit of trying out different ultralight new products and stuff like that, I decided to try the super lightweight Mayfly sandals. I don't know if you've ever seen them or not, but it's these ones. Pretty much it's plastic cardboard with little bungees in there. Super lightweight, super. Bad thing about them, they only have like 2 little strips of like aggressive sandpaper on the bottoms of them for grip. Other than that, they are slick. And while in efforts to try and get water down there across the rocks, I biffed, and I biffed hard. I smacked my elbow pretty bad. And instant knot, instant black and blue. We'll see what it looks like tomorrow. But it's going to be interesting using trekking poles. But I will say, they're super lightweight. The Mayfly sandals, super lightweight. 100% lightweight compared to any other sandals. But they are slicker than snot. That's the only bad thing about them. If I don't really... Maybe if you were in sandy areas, or I don't know. I honestly don't see, like, if the whole bottom was like grip tape, you know, sandpaper, like a really aggressive sandpaper, yeah, I could see it working really well. But man, that was bad. I could have cracked my head open. It was a bad, hard fall. So yeah. we'll have to see my review on the Mayfly sandals. But it's starting to get dark. We only got probably about 10-15 minutes before sunset. Camera's making it look a lot lighter than what it really is. And yeah, this is pretty much the end of day 2. I think we got a total of 14 miles that we covered today, which, well, not today, altogether we're like over 14 miles. And I think we did, I don't know, a little over 6 today. But man, that back part of Breath Mountain, the southern curve of the full loop and all the way up the west side, that is terrible, man. It's just boulder size, ankle snapping, pole snapping rocks. It's just rocks. It is slow going. So if you ever plan to do the Sods, that southern loop, the very bottom of Breath Mountain, all the way up along the pretty much the east side, that is hard going. That is so hard going. I mean, it's miserable. It's a miserable hike. There ain't no doubt about it. You know, people talk about, was it Rocky Ridge Trail being rough? Yeah, that was kind of rough. It's boulders. It's giant boulders. You're bouldering across there. That ought to be called Rocky Ridge because it's a nightmare. It's truly a nightmare. But tomorrow, where we're camping at, and I'll put a map up right now, we're on Red Creek Trail, but we're in between like the upper, you know how the trail's a figure 8 almost? We're in between the northern loop and the southern loop that connects them 2 loops. So we're bypassing about 5 miles, roughly about 5 miles we're bypassing. So we're thinking we got about 5 miles to go. Finish out Red Creek, and then we're hitting Blackbird Knob Trail and taking it north around the back, the east side, coming up into the trailhead. So not sure what to expect tomorrow. I know we got a ton of rain. I mean, it's been raining off and on for hours, probably since 2 o'clock, downpours. That's why I hadn't done much filming. It was downpours. Any chance it did quit, we were trying to get camp set up, trying to get water, everything. But even the water has come up. We've watched the water rising pretty steadily, which worries me a little bit because the trails coming ahead, we have 3 water crossings. And they have to be somewhat substantial since they're on the map. You know, it's not no tiny little stream. I'm thinking there actually are pretty decent creeks. So I don't know, we'll see. That's gonna bring a whole new level tomorrow. Like I told John, we're not getting out of here dry, that's for sure, with 3 separate water crossings. And not to mention that part of Blackbird Knob Trail that runs up is through, it looks like marshy on the trail. So I don't know what kind of swamp, what kind of bog we're getting into. I'm expecting a bog. Hopefully it's not terribly bad, but I don't know. And as far as the gear that we're using, we got and everything, I'll probably do a separate video about what gear we got, yeah, what we're using, everything, my loadout, our weights. Me and John are running pretty similar on our weights and everything, and with food and water, I think food, water, and all our gear and everything, I think each one of us is running about a 30-pound pack. And we went pretty heavy with the food for being that we were looking at a 3-day, but I think we could have went lighter. But for the most part, yeah, that's an update of what's going on. Good morning, everybody. It's day 3. We're getting everything all packed up, and it's pretty early. It's like almost 6 o'clock in the morning. I've been up since about 3:30, made some coffee, used the restroom, just started getting packed up early myself. Woke up John a little bit ago. We're probably going to get some breakfast in us and hit the trail. Really don't know what to expect today. Up till this point, 3/4 of yesterday, I knew what to expect. Been on that part of the trail. Yeah, but from here on out, the rest of Red Creek up to Blackbird Knob or Trail, I think that's what it is. I'm not sure. Well, I don't know what to expect. From here out, I think we got about 1.5 miles left on this trail till we connect with that Blackbird Knob. And then from there, it's probably about 3.5 miles. As far as the elbow goes, it's pretty sore. I know whenever I did take a biff, I must have twisted my knee the wrong way too. So right now, I got a bum left knee and a bum right elbow. So that's going to be interesting today. Popped a couple ibuprofen. Hopefully that'll help out. Hopefully it ain't gonna be too much of a problem. But we gotta try and make good time this morning. We got a 5-hour drive back home, and then we got a family get together that we got to go to this evening. So yeah, time is of the essence today, and we'll see. All right guys, I'll get back to you soon. So we're about 2 miles, roughly 2 miles in, and we're on the upper Red Creek trail. We've come up out of the bottom from where we camped at, and that was some, wow, that was some rough elevation gain. Pretty much rocks all the way uphill. But where we're at now, we're in the plains area. I'd call it the plains, but on the map it also looks like a bog. It's pretty muddy, pretty swampy, lots of puddles, but I'm guessing a lot of that was probably from yesterday's rain. But I'm sure this is probably pretty dry on when he ain't had no rain in a while, but it is pretty slush fest in a lot of areas. A lot of rock hopping, get through mud, but going pretty good. I'll get some of this. that's it. We just left the trailhead at the end. For some reason, you don't finish where you start on Dolly Sods, which kind of don't make sense. We didn't know that. So we have to walk down the road now, what, about half a mile to get to where we parked. But yeah, that was our adventure. 2 nights, 2.5 days, Dolly Sods full loop, north end and south end, completed. All in all, pretty good. Thanks for watching. Thanks for joining us on our little adventure. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe, hit the like button, and we'll catch you on the next one. See ya.
What?
What a truly beautiful, rugged land. Dolly Sods is really a gem. Don't regret doing it, but I'm glad it's over.